was played out. And what did he say at the end of verse 17?
It is done.
It is done. So the judgments that have been going on, this is the completion. This is the last one that God is going to pour out. If you look at verse 18, what the actual judgment is, what is the actual judgment in verse 18?
Greater earthquake.
Yeah. I was questioning myself right there. Okay, so there's a great earthquake, and then associated with the what do we find out? The impact. Yes, sir.
You have a different color marker?
Yes, I do.
You can't see.
You can't see it?
Oh yeah, it's not. It's not very bright.
It's not showing up on the.
It's not showing.
Not showing up on
Is
this.
that what you do? Here, let me shake that one for you.
Okay, you shake
Shoot.
this one, I'll shake this one. So in associated, you got it? Okay, so in association with,
Like we're out of poetry.
huh?
Reading.
Yeah. So in association with the earthquake, what do we have? There are other things that take place because of this earthquake. What are the other things that take place?
The great city's divided into three parts.
Okay, the great city is divided into three parts.
And the cities of the nations fell.
Okay, so the great city, let's look at 11:8, and let's see what 11:8 tells us.
Try this guy.
Okay, what does 11:8 tell us is the great city?
I mean, we could always use the whiteboard right there
Why?
because it's white. You can probably see it there.
That would be obvious. We're not doing that.
She's afraid of rain.
Okay, so what is the great city?
He'll be alright. Ben won't be mad.
Jerusalem?
Jerusalem.
Yep, the great city he's describing, and he tells us what happened to Jerusalem, and what is it?
And
Better?
Yeah.
What happens to Jerusalem? What does he say happens?
It's divided.
It's divided into
To three parts.
Okay, so it's divided, this great earthquake divides Jerusalem into three parts. If we turn to Zechariah 14:4, this is the second coming. I do want to read Zechariah 14:10 because we're going to get another understanding about the second coming. When Jesus stands, that's what 14 tells us, on the Mount of Olives, something's going to happen. Something else is going to happen, okay? It's after this. So, what is it? Let's read Zechariah 14:10.
All the land shall be turned as a plain from Geba to Raman, south of Jerusalem, and it shall be lifted up and inhabited in her place from Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate, unto the corner gate.
What are you reading?
I'm not reading in the right place.
That was for free, but that's...
It's
What is it,
14:10?
14:10?
Yeah.
Oh, you want 4 first?
No, I kind of said what it was, so... Is it Zechariah 14:10?
It has 4 and 10.
4 and 10.
Okay, what's 10?
That was 10.
Okay, maybe it's 14 that I want you to read, but what he did talk about there, which is important, what did he say there, since I cut you off, Jeremy? Let's look at 14 first, start there, and then 14:4 first.
Okay.
What do we find out in 14:4? I'll get there.
On that day, his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives east of Jerusalem.
Yep.
And that Mount of Olives will be split in two from east to west, forming a great valley, with half of the mountain moving north and half moving south.
Okay, so we have this earthquake that's going to take place. The city's going to be split in 3 parts, and then when Jesus returns, it's going to be split in two parts on top of the 3 parts. Okay, so there's going to be changes in the
Topography.
geography, thank you, of Jerusalem. Okay, and then what does 10 say? Let's try that now. What else do we find out in 10?
All the land shall be turned as a plain from Geba to Rimmon, south of Jerusalem, and it shall be lifted up and inhabited in her place from Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate unto the corner gate, and from the tower of Hananel unto the king's wine presses.
Why? So basically, what's being described there that's going to happen to Jerusalem?
Then it's all gonna come back together.
And
Jerusalem's gonna be lifted up.
yeah, it's going to be elevated.
Right
Okay.
step.
Okay, we'll talk about that in just a minute. Okay, so then, so under that, there's a blank there, and so this, look at verse, where am I? After the great city, in verse 19, what happens after he describes the great city splitting in three parts? What happens after that?
Wait, what book are we in?
Say what?
Try again? What book are we in?
We're back, sorry.
Revelation.
Seventeen
Yeah,
through 21.
Yeah, I'm not doing a very good job of giving you
you're
good
good.
Yeah, you
commands.
kinda gotta give the book
So,
before you.
details.
It's in between page 1 and the end of the book.
Yeah, somewhere.
So
So back
we
to
are,
Revelation.
now we are back in Revelation, and I want you to look at verse 19. After he describes Jerusalem being split in three parts, we're told what?
He remembers Babylon the Great and gave her the cup filled with the wine of the fury of his
Okay,
wrath.
and what happens to Babylon the Great?
It's
It
split.
crumbles,
Huh? It does what?
crumbles.
Yeah, it falls. Okay, what about something else is described before that?
The great city split in three parts and the cities of the nations collapse.
Cities of the nations collapse. And again, it's because it's the worst earthquake the earth has ever seen that all of these things are happening because of this earthquake. Okay, and then look at verse 20. What else do we see happen?